Hi friends, welcome to first lecture on Geography Chapter 6, Manufacturing Industries. So I have divided this chapter into 4 parts. In the first lecture, we shall discuss definition of manufacturing, importance of manufacturing, interdependence of sectors, industrial location, and classification of industries. In second lecture, we shall discuss agro-based industries. In third lecture, we shall discuss mineral-based industries. And finally, in fourth lecture, we shall discuss industrial pollution and few methods to control it. So guys, welcome to the series. Let's get started by understanding the definition of manufacturing. So the production of goods in large quantities after processing from raw materials to more valuable products is called manufacturing. So basically, manufacturing is equal to converting the raw materials into valuable products. Let's understand this with the help of few examples. So wood is a raw material, and in the paper industry it is converted into paper, which is the final finished good. Similarly, iron ore is converted into iron, which is the finished good, and sugar cane, which is the raw material, is converted into sugar, crystals of sugar, which is the finished good in the sugar industry. So these are few examples in which the manufacturing industries play a role in converting the raw materials into valuable products. Now manufacturing is related to the secondary sector. So in many previous chapters in economics, we have discussed that there are 3 sectors: primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. And manufacturing comes under the secondary sector. The economic strength of a country is measured by the development of manufacturing industries. So basically, the growth of manufacturing sector is directly proportional to economic development of the country. So why is this manufacturing sector so important? Let's understand the importance of manufacturing industries. First, they help to modernize agriculture by building modern machinery. So obviously, these manufacturing industries provide a lot of new and modern machinery to agricultural sector, and in this way help to modernize agriculture. Second, they also reduce the dependence of people on agricultural income by providing them jobs in the secondary and tertiary sector. So when these manufacturing industries come up, then obviously they provide employment to a lot of people, and in this way they reduce the dependence of people on agricultural sector for employment. Third, industrial development has helped to reduce unemployment and poverty by creating new jobs. Fourth, increasing production also allows us to export our goods to our other countries. This helps to bring in foreign exchange. So in this way, when our production increases, then we are able to export our goods to other countries. In this way, our foreign investment and foreign exchange increases, and this leads to the economic development of the country. Fifth, the country which converts their raw material into finished valuable products have higher chances of economic prosperity. Now, let's discuss the interdependence of sectors. So agriculture and manufacturing industries move hand in hand. So they are interrelated to each other. Let's see how. Dependence of agriculture on industry. So agriculture depends on industry for irrigation pumps, fertilizers, pesticides, machinery and tools. Dependence of industry on agriculture. So on the other hand, industry also gets a lot of things from agriculture. Agriculture provides raw material for many agro-based industries like food processing, sugar and textile. So all these industries can work only if they get agricultural raw materials. Now let's understand the contribution of industry to national economy. So the share of manufacturing sector in the GDP of our country India is 17%. The trend of growth rate in manufacturing sector over the last decade is 7%. But our desired growth rate is 12%. So in order to achieve this objective of increasing a growth rate to 12%, the National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council, the NMCC, has been set up. Now, if you want to set up an industry, then how would you choose the location where you want to set it up? So let's discuss about the industrial location. So industrial location is influenced by certain factors like availability of raw material, labor, capital, power and market. So in places where all these factors are easily available, in that place we should set up an industry. After an industry is set up, then urbanization follows. So obviously after an industry is set up in a place, then people will come for employment and they will settle around the industry, and in this way urbanization will take place. Sometimes industries are located in or near cities. So one important factor is to set up industry is to see that if it is near a city, because cities provide market, services like banking, transport, labor, and all these benefits provided by urban centers to industries are called agglomeration economy. So agglomeration economy is basically a sort of joint venture in which many industries come together to make use of the advantages offered by the urban centers, which are the cities. The key to decision of factory location is the least cost. So you will set up the factory where the least cost is available. So this includes the cost of raw material, cost of production, cost of distribution and the cost of setting the factory. So in which all these factors are very cheap, then you will set up the factory there. The government policies and special labor norms also influence the location of industry. So all of the above were few factors which influence the industrial location. Now let's discuss our next topic, which is classification of industries. So industries are classified on 5 bases. First, source of raw material. Second, their main role. Third, the investment required. Fourth, ownership. And fifth, on the basis of bulk. So let's study each one of them in detail. First, based on source of raw material. So on basis of raw material, industries are divided into agro-based industries and mineral-based industries. Agro-based industries are those which are based on agricultural raw materials. So the raw material of these industries is agricultural products, such as the industries included in agro-based sector are cotton textiles, jute textiles, woolen textiles, sugar and oil, edible oil. Mineral-based industries. The industries that use minerals and metals as raw materials are known as mineral-based industries. For example, iron and steel, cement, aluminium, chemicals and machinery. Second, based on their main roles. So on this basis, industries are classified into basic or key industries and consumer industries. Basic industries are those which supply their products as raw materials to manufacture other goods. So the finished product of these basic industries acts as a raw material for another industry. These are iron and steel, copper smelting, aluminium smelting, etc. And the second is consumer industries. So these are the industries which produce goods for direct use by consumers, like sugar, toothpaste, paper, fans and other daily use products. Third, based on capital investment. This depends on the maximum investment allowed in the industry. So on this basis, the industries are classified into small scale and large scale. Small scale industries are those in which the maximum investment is up to rupees 1 crore. While in large scale industries, the investment is more than 1 crore. So on this basis of investment in the industry, industries can also be classified into small scale and large scale. Fourth, on the basis of ownership. So industries can also be classified on the basis of their owners. On this basis, industries are classified into public sector, private sector, joint sector and cooperative sector. Public sector industries are owned and operated by government agencies such as BHEL and SAIL. Second, private sector. They are owned and operated by an individual or a group of individuals. For example, Tisco, Bajaj Auto Limited, Reliance, etc. Third, joint sector. They are jointly run by the government as well as by the private sector. For example, Oil India Limited. And the fourth is cooperative sector. So they are owned by the producers, workers, or both. So in this cooperative sector, the workers are the owners themselves. They pool in the resources and share the profits collectively. So this is a form of collective resources in which the producers and the workers come together for production, and they pool all the resources and share the profits between them. The examples of cooperative sector industries are Amul, coil industries in Kerala, etc. Fifth, based on bulk of raw material and finished goods. So industries can also be classified on the basis that how much heavy and bulky raw material and finished goods they produce. So on this basis, industries are classified into heavy industries and light industries. As the name suggests, heavy industries use tons of raw material and produce very bulky finished goods. Examples include iron and steel and coal. So obviously the iron ore which is involved in iron industry is very bulky, and so are the products which are finished goods which are produced after the processing of iron ore. And second are light industries. They use light raw materials and produce light finished goods. Example, electrical goods industries. So all the raw material as well as the finished goods in these industries are very light. So this was all for today. In the next lecture, we shall discuss the agro-based and mineral-based industries in detail. Thank you.